Yo guys, how's it going? Burt Crown coming to the YouTube video, and today what we're going to be going over is the different kinds of MSPs. So I've been asked a couple of times, like, what is the better way to do an MSP? How they've been doing it with power-up collectibles, or the way they're doing it now? Is this way more expensive than that way, or what is it? Because people always want to know which way is cheaper to get cards. I get it, but this is different. This is fun. I love this event. I love the way they're doing it because it engages the other cards other than the MSPs. But hey, let's take a look at it. Let's see which way is cheaper, because I think it may surprise you at how dialed in EA is with some of their economy stuff. So let's get into it, guys. I hope you do enjoy it. Let's get into it. So if you're wondering what I am even talking about, I'm talking about the progression of an MSP, how to build the card up, how to make it the maxed MSP you can make it. So for Kirill Kaprizov, for instance, if you wanted this Hut Elite Kirill Kaprizov, you'd build them by turning in collectibles to get the 84 base Kirill Kaprizov. And then throughout it, you would tier it up with power-up collectibles all the way up to getting him up to his 93 overall. Well, I did a little number running, and we did a little math, to see what is the better way of doing it, or is it all the same and it's just different ways of approaching it. There are some things that I dislike about this way, but there are some things that I really like and some things it could open up. So let's take a look at it. That is the Hut Elite Kaprizov. That is powering it up using power-up collectibles, and you go into sets to build them, right? I'm going to use the Hut Heroes because they got to a 96, which is the best one to do because the current one has 98, yes, but you get 96 out of it. So we're going to value it out 96 to 96 and see what it is. So we're going to take Jacob Markstrom, for instance. You needed 15 collectibles to get Jacob Markstrom. Now I'm going to use 85s. And the reason I'm going to use 85s is because this event, the free agency event, uses 85s. Now, that is one thing that I'm going to talk about, is doing it the way the free agency did removes the flexibility of using any overall you want, which is a downside, but does it change the outcome of the price of the card? So we're going to use 85s, and an 85 gets you 3 collectibles. So you need 5 85s to get 15 collectibles to build the Markstrom. And then to build the Markstrom up to a 96, you needed 29 collectibles. Using the current price of 85s to do that with the Markstrom, that would cost you 730,000 coins to power them all the way up. Now again, I'm using 85s for all of this. And the reason I'm doing that is because the free agencies are 85s only. Again, that is the downside of this event, is the flexibility of it is limited to 85s, when the other side, you can use whatever. Kind of. That's kind of a downside. You can use whatever overall you want to build these cards, guys. You just got to go outside the box a little bit. So, 730,000 coins to build up the Markstrom. Well, we know we need 7 85s to get an 88. That's 94,000 coins to get 188. And you need 2 88s to get a 90. So now we're at 189,000 coins to get a 90. That is a really expensive 90. Very true. To get a 96, to match the Markstrom, you need 4 90s and 185. That brings you to 760,000 coins to get a 96. So you're 30,000 coins more to get a 96 free agency card than a Markstrom. So this event is a little more, but it's different. The way this event could be good and could be utilized is for objectives and team building and stuff, right? When you get the Hut Heroes, there is no way to get those cards other than packs. The MSPs, yes, but everything else, there is no way to get those event cards. So doing objectives is a lot harder. With the free agency, you can throw in 7 85s, and you can use these 88 overall cards that only cost you 7 85s to do your objectives, to help you get through the objectives, to get your MSPs, to get your free 90s, to get your free 88s. So this event is good in that way. Now, another way they could do it is if they brought it down a little bit, where it's like 185 gets you 185 of the event card, then you can maybe make this as a Hut Champs thing, where it's like, okay, you can turn in 7 85s to get yourself an 88. Or you can turn in 185 to get yourself an 85 free agency card. And at least that way you can turn in a bunch of 85s to get a bunch of 85s to make a team. Now again, I know making a bunch of sets is not the most fun, but you can get a team that you can take into champs, or you can take into rivals, and they can make events around the event. So now it's like, hey, we've got this free agency event where you just turn in an 85 for an 85, you make a team out of them, and you can go into a champs of just free agency cards. Now, if you want a better team, go ahead and make all of these and take that team into champs. But that would be a way to utilize a system like this, because it gives you the flexibility of making a team out of the event. When you go to Hut Heroes, you can't get any of those cards other than packs or auction house, and that's a tough way to do it. But I did say that you can make these cards with flexibility, and you can. There is a way to make 85 overall cards with any overall, and that is if you go into the NHL 94s. How you're going to do this is you're going to go in here and you're going to make NHL 94 collectibles. You can make them with golds, you can make them with 80s, 81s, 82s, 83s, 84s, etc. You can make them with whatever you want. All right? And then you're going to take those collectibles and you're going to make these MSPs. You can make them each twice. You're going to make these MSPs and you can make them into 85s, and they start at an 85. So once you make these, you can take them over and do it that way. That's if you have a lot of non-tradables. If you have a ton of non-tradable golds, you can get yourself these cards done. Just to put it in perspective, 448 gold cards will get you 188 of this free agency event. Is that a lot? Yes. But if you have non-tradable gold cards, if you are sitting on a pile of non-tradable 75 to 79 gold players, because you know those happen in every awards, right? You get your rewards from the week, champs, rivals, squad battles, moments, hut rush, whatever you're playing, you get a ton of gold cards, and they're all non-tradable, of course, right? So if you get a ton of these non-tradable gold cards, there is a place there you can turn them in to help you do the event. So it isn't limited. You just have to go outside the box and build more sets, which is unfortunate. Nobody wants to build more sets, but that is how you do it. So it is not more expensive or cheaper to build one set one way. That is the best way to say it. It is in and around the same. The economy that EA has created is, I've went all around looking for ways to try to make better cards than not. And the way that EA has this economy is dialed right in. So if you went to exchanges, right? If you went to exchanges here, you could see for 3 84s, you can make 185. If you went over to the NHL 94 sets, if you turned 3 84s in, you would make 185. They have got everything figured right out. 760,000 coins to get yourself a 96, or 730,000 coins to build yourself a 96 the other way. Both these events cost the exact same. They're just different ways of doing things. And guys, different ways, changes, it's more enjoyable. When it comes to the economy, they've got it dialed in where the changes will be similar to each other. They're just gonna be different. And this is a different way of doing things that I enjoy it, but I wish they would just, and it also allows you to get stuff done. You can build an 88 card of this event to help you with the objectives to get them done, and to earn 85s to build more 88s, and to earn a 90 to help you get the 96s, which help you get the MSPs. This is a good thing. I would like them to keep events like this. If they wanted to shuffle back and forth, that's fine. Power-ups, events, power-ups, events. This is more of a card collecting style, which I encourage. I would rather people hanging on to cards than just turning them in for nothing just to get collectibles and move on from there. I enjoy this. I hope they keep it around. We'll have to wait and see. But it is no more expensive. It is no more cheaper. Both the events are the exact same, guys. If you were wondering, there you go. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. Which event style do you like? Do you like power-ups? Or do you like the way we're doing it now where they turn in event cards? Thank you guys for your feedback. And until next time, ciao, ciao.